What's up, everybody? It is Mr. M, and today I'm going to be doing a concert recap or review or whatever you want to call it of the Summer Slaughter Tour, which was yesterday, August 19th, in Denver at the Summit Music Hall. I got there kind of late because traffic and people were just not paying attention to the road and shit. So there were two opening bands from Colorado that I didn't get to see. Um, which I was hoping to because I want to see every single band perform, but I guess it's whatever. Can't control traffic. So the first band up was Angel Maker, which is a band that I've been wanting to see for quite a while. They did a headlining tour earlier this year, I think. Yeah, they did a headlining tour earlier this year, and I wasn't able to see them on there, so it was pretty nice to be able to see them this time around. They're a deathcore band, which about half of the bands that were on the Summer Slaughter tour this year were deathcore bands. It was more of a deathcore oriented show, which I'm kind of selective about the deathcore bands that I do like. Angel Maker is one of the ones that I like. But I know for a lot of people, when the lineup was officially announced, there was a lot of people bitching about it because of the amount of deathcore bands that were on it. But for me, it was kind of whatever. An Angel Maker, like I said, they are a deathcore band that I do like. I'm kind of selective about the deathcore bands I listen to, and they put on an amazing show from start to finish. They played 6 or 7 songs, I think. Killed it every single one of them. They played at least one song off of every release that they've put out. And I also got some merch from the show that I'll be showing you as I go through the bands. So from Angel Maker, I got their debut EP called Decay. Everything that they have put out has been self-released so far. I'm pretty sure if they wanted to, they could be signed to a label, but they're not. Which isn't really a bad thing considering the shit that they're doing, and they're making waves being an unsigned band. The next two bands to play were Lorna Shore and Betraying the Martyrs, which are two bands that I've never particularly liked. And it's debatable as to whether or not Betraying the Martyrs should have been on the tour, considering that they often get grouped into more of a metal core as opposed to deathcore. But both bands put on a good show nonetheless. They're just, again, both bands that I've never particularly liked. Next up was Rings of Saturn, which kind of underwhelming, but they were also missing a guitarist. So I don't really count that as being too underwhelming. But they did put on a good show nonetheless. They're a technical deathcore band. Put on a great show, like I said. They played a bunch of stuff. I think they only played one song off of their new record that they just put out. But, yeah, the Rings of Saturn has 2 guitarists, a vocalist, and a drummer. So for them to be missing a guitarist, there's only one string instrument. They don't have a bassist. So, which, speaking of that, Lorna Shore, Betraying the Martyrs, Rings of Saturn, and The Faceless all didn't have bassists. So 4 out of the 9 bands that were on the Summer Slaughter tour were playing without a bassist. And I guess the only band that it really affected the sound quality of was Rings of Saturn. Because again, they only had one dude playing a string instrument. After Rings of Saturn was Origin, which blew me away. And their singer actually noted on that bassist thing, because when they introduced themselves, they said, "We are Origin and we have a bass player." And their bass player was fucking killer. I was watching him most out of everyone in that band, because I was just watching how he plays bass was so amazing. You know, I think he's like the best. I don't know any of the members of the band I don't know any of the names of the members of Origin, but their bass player, just that dude, hands down fucking amazing. And their guitar player too. The fact that they can put so much technicality into their songs, and their drummer as well. but particularly the guitarist, the fact that they're putting so much technicality into their songs just blew me away. And they put on an amazing performance as well. Like, all the bands pretty much put on an amazing performance. Um, and I got an Origin shirt, which has the artwork of Unparalleled Universe on it. And then on the back, it's got all the tour dates, including the off dates. A lot of the bands that were on the Summer Slaughter tour, they were performing so many different off dates, which I'm not surprised with Origin or Rings of Saturn, considering that they both put out new records, so they were performing headlining shows on their off dates. After Origin was Oceano, which is a deathcore band that never really clicked with me until their most recent record, which came out earlier this year, called Revelations. And they're a band that I'm definitely going to have to check out more, because their set was hands down one of the best. Aside from Dying Fetus, which I'll get to in a moment, Oceano put on the best performance, in my opinion. They played a bunch of older stuff, which, like I said, because I wasn't familiar with any of that stuff, I never really listened to them. I didn't really know it, but the songs that they played off of Revelations, amazing. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say. They're just a killer show. And I'm going to have to check them out a whole lot more, go back into their discography to find and listen to more shit from them. And I do think that Origin and Oceano should have been flipped, because the crowd, at least from where I was kind of up in the front, but their singer did a wall of death and kept telling everyone to do circle pits. Of course, not uncommon. So I kept looking back towards where the moshing was going on, and it just seemed like Origin and Oceano should have been flipped. Because even though I thought Oceano put on a better set, just the way the crowd reacted to Origin, I feel like Origin should have played after Oceano. But I'm not the one that could make those decisions. After Oceano was the Faceless, which was a band. I was so happy that they got put on the Summer Slaughter tour. They got put on about a week after the original announcement of the Summer Slaughter tour. And I'd seen them once before last year on a headlining tour. And last year they were amazing, hands down. One of the best concerts I'd been to. But this year, not the same. They look fucking bored. Except for their second guitarist, who is also the guitarist in the Zenith Passage. Michael Keane, who's the only original member left of the Faceless, just looked fucking bored. Their vocalist kept walking off stage, and at one point, he went behind the amplifiers and was just standing there on his phone, where everyone could see him. So I thought that was kind of fucked up. Their drummer, it's hard to tell with drummers whether they're like bored or they're just actually concentrating, considering some of this stuff is kind of difficult. But the songs they played, I was kind of disappointed that they didn't play more shit from Planetary Duality. But they opened with Sons of Belial, which is the only song they played off of Planetary Duality. And then they played The Spiraling Void, which is a single they released in 2015. The 3 Autotheism parts. And I don't know if they played Black Star, which is a new song that they released before the Summer Slaughter tour. I know they were supposed to, but I haven't actually listened to that song a lot, even though I really do like the Faceless. I got a shirt from them as well. Pretty nice looking design here. But yeah, the Faceless, it was just kind of underwhelming, especially since they're one of the bands that got me into death metal. I was kind of hoping for a more energetic set like they put on last year when I saw them on the headlining tour. After the Faceless was the highlight of my night, Dying Fetus. Hands down, the best performance of the night. They opened with justifiable homicide, and then into intentional manslaughter. They played Fixated on Devastation and the title track off of Wrong One to Fuck With. They played a couple songs off of Reign Supreme. They closed with Killing on Adrenaline. That was the best set. That that was the best set of all night. It was the best, one of the best headlining shows that I have seen all year. I think they played one more song. I think it was fuck, I can't think of it right now. But they played 8 songs in total. They had like 35 or 40 minutes. And for whatever reason, I think it's just because I feel like they were supposed to be the last band to play. I thought after them that the show was supposed to be over. And of course it wasn't, because the Black Dahlia Murder was supposed to come on. But the way that they played the show, it just felt like they should have been the final band to play. Of course, I'm not complaining, considering the Black Dahlia Murder. Of course, playing Nocturnal in its entirety. There was no doubt in my mind when I saw the tour officially be announced, when I saw that Black Dahlia Murder and Dying Fetus were co-headlining. No doubt in my mind Black Dahlia Murder was going to be the last to play. And then that's where I'm going to close out. Black Dahlia Murder, final band to play of the night. Played Nocturnal in its entirety, which anytime you get to see a band perform a record in its entirety, it's always a treat. It's always an amazing thing. If it's done right. I'm sure there's some bands that have played the records in entirety that have fucked them up. But Black Dahlia Murder and a couple other bands that I've seen perform their records in its entirety, it's fucking perfect. They also played the new song called Nightbringers, as well as the final song, I Will Return, which they play at the end of every single show. And Black Dahlia Murder I don't particularly like them a whole lot, but they still put on an incredibly energetic show. Everyone was going fucking hard. Mosh pit was going pretty big. Circle pits were pretty much as big as the entire floor. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. I mean, when a band plays a record in its entirety, like I said, it's always a good thing. Now, the last bit of merch I got here, I got the CD, Wrong One to Fuck With, finally. I got it on vinyl when it first came out. And then I got 2 Dying Fetus shirts. The one with the album cover of The Wrong One to Fuck With, as well as the old logo with all the tour dates on the back. I'm pretty sure this includes this one also includes the off-date shows that they were performing. And then I got this one, which is kind of Destroy the Opposition-esque type artwork. And then the Black Dahlia Murder, I got this laminate, which is a pre-order for the new record that comes out in October. And then I got this shirt. Pretty sure it was a Detroit Rock City kind of remake. You got the band in the middle there, and then all these people in the back. You got Eddie, the mascot for Iron Maiden, Vic Rattlehead for Megadeth, Dave Mustaine for Megadeth, James Hetfield, Mike Myers, and Jason, and just a whole bunch of other people on here as well. A bunch of band members, a bunch of movie stuff. And then to close out the video, I got this last shirt, Summer Slaughter Tour, and on the back, all the bands that played. And Slaughter to Prevail is on there. They weren't able to make it to the Summer Slaughter Tour. They're from Russia, which, given the current political climate and the administration that is in right now, I'm not surprised that it made it difficult for Slaughter to Prevail to come here, or not even just the band, like anyone who wants to come from Russia to the United States. It's making it pretty fucking difficult. And as of right now, there's only 5 shows left of the Summer Slaughter tour, so I have high doubts that they're gonna make it to the rest of to any of the dates on the Summer Slaughter tour. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. And I don't know how often I'll do concert recaps. Not really my thing. I figured I'd do it this time just because there were so many good bands, so many good sets that were played. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, don't know if I'll do this again in the future. If I do, I don't know when I'll do it. But thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.